Hi guys, I want to address the new generation of moms, aunties, guardians, caregivers, older sisters, all of us that are in one way or the other involved in raising the new generation of men. There are a lot of men that literally cannot take care of themselves. I don't even mean that to be insultive, it's just a matter of fact there are a lot of men that don't know how to clean up after themselves. If they're alone, they can't make a basic meal. They can't make noodles, Indomie noodles, instant noodles that takes 10 minutes max to get ready. They can't make that for themselves. They don't know to put their clothes away. They just mess everywhere up. Those kind of men that don't know anything about taking care of themselves, like when they're left alone with no woman, no sister, no mom, nobody around to take care of them. Can we please not repeat that in the next generation? So you know how a lot of our mothers while we're growing up will say, oh, maybe they want to cook or they want to clean. They just came back from the market. They've gotten the things they bought from the market out of the car. And it's time to maybe sort them and, start prepping for cooking, right? You say the boys in the house should go and sit down. As if cooking or doing those kind of things is strictly a woman's prerogative. Can we please make a conscious effort not to repeat those mistakes? We cannot be demanding men to be more sensitive, for example, if they're not even aware of the basic things, like they can't take care of themselves. How then do we expect them to be caring? Because if on your own self you cannot take care of yourself, imagine when you have another person with you. How then do I expect you to be considerate when you're not trying to be wicked? You aren't even considerate of yourself because you can't even take care of yourself. You think it's a woman's job, it's your sister's job, it's your auntie's job, your mom's job to take care of you as a person. So you will not see it as being wicked or inconsiderate when you're around your girlfriend or around your wife and you're still exactly the same way you are. When you're around her now, you feel like, oh, thank God there's even a woman around. Now someone can keep your environment tidy for you. Now someone can do everything for you. It's because of simple basic training, because I feel like compassion can be taught. It's because of simple basic like values that you instill in young men that they become the way they are later. I know some people are trained and they refuse to accept training, but I feel like if we're intentional about training the next generation of men, we're going to be raising a better generation of men in the long run. Because as much as we say our society is misogynistic and all of that, I feel like we didn't just get here. The generation of men we have now that we say, oh, they are the older men and they're somehow whatever. They didn't just get there. Some people raised them, right? Some people trained them to be how. Some people, the basic understanding of how life works that they have, it was from training from a young age that they began to be like that. To be sensitive to the needs of others, especially to be sensitive to the needs of women, is something that has to be taught. I can see that from the generation of men that we have now. You have to tell them that, oh, when you're around women, you need to pay attention to them. Some people think that when, for example, you're saying, oh, you're on your period and you're not feeling good, they think, oh, women are just, it's not just period. Have you experienced period before? Like, it's a medical thing that women can control. You can, okay, I think it was Jola and FK that were talking about, they were reading a dilemma and they said, oh, uh, that guy will ask you for food when you come back from the hospital after giving birth. There are some men that don't think there's anything like what happened. Should you just give birth? Like, I'm hungry now, cook for me. That warped mentality, it didn't just spring up on a 30 something year old man or a 20 something year old man. It's from nurturing, it's from training. You can't expect someone that is not that doesn't have the basic knowledge of being caring about himself to now be caring about a woman who is supposed to be softer and supposed to be cared for in a more delicate way. You can't expect a man that cannot even cater to himself to have that level of sensitivity, that level of intelligence. It's just not possible to me. This is my humble opinion. It's just not possible. You can't expect a man who does not know that he should take care of himself without the presence of a woman around to know that, okay, when there are women around, if we're working in a group and we're two men and there are three women, I shouldn't be walking ahead and not paying attention to the women around me and be conscious and intentional about caring for them. Especially if it's late, I should be conscious about being sensitive because there are women around me. That is why a lot of women, when a man has manners, he hasn't done anything, he's not trying to toast you, he's not trying to move to you or whatever. you think that because a man has manners, he's trying to toast you because we're not used to it. We're not used to men having manners, simple manners of being courteous, of being caring. We're not used to it. And it's so sad, even though there are a few men that, oh, they grew up in homes where their mom will say, go and sit down when their sisters are in the kitchen. But later they grew up to realize that there's something off with that and they retrained themselves. But there are a handful out of the whole sea of men that we have. I don't think they're calling out the bad behavior that I see that our mothers, by mistake, I don't think that that was their intention because they too, they learned it from somewhere, right? They mistakenly instilled in this generation of men that we're seeing and complaining about, oh, my husband is not sensitive, he cannot even help me. I don't think that me calling it out so that it's not repeated in the next generation is me hating men. Well, if that is what is perceived that, so be it, I will still keep talking.